definitely agree, and that's the advantage of Coach Mondello, because he has depth within his bench to try to find the best option for the game.
So to remind you, Great Britain win, they go straight. They qualify for Serbia. Spain win, they qualify for the playoffs at least, but would still have to beat Latvia to be sure. Bentley just catches and goes. Nichols plays defense. Samuelsson outside the three, guarded. She settles for the three. Count it! With the smaller guard on the switch, Samuelsson just recognition out of the top drawer and closes it to a 2-point game.
Yeah, and Spain has kept Britain to 9 points in that third quarter, so it's really important that some of the British players going to step up and score, because right now it has been only on the Tammy from Bender.
Dominguez, tough one in the lane, is no good. Simpson just corrals in the rebound. Olvino's so quick. Jones, stable, with the ball, solid. Samuelsson floated the pass out there. Kathas will like to take that. Pass. McBenley with a short jumper, had the layup, decided not to take it. Maybe didn't realize she had the layup. Olvino at pace. Dominguez needs a pass, finds one. Nichols will skip it. Kathas lines up the closeout. Long two is no good, and Samuelsson just holds off Gill on the glass, and Gill went hard. And Samuelsson boxed out.
Yeah, it's been great box out, because Laura Gill is basically the player whose role on the court is to go for rebound, and she really is good at it. So great box out from Samuelsson.
Jones, who has been playing national team senior basketball since 16, will know all about pressure. Dominguez, so quick defensively. Super matchups all over the floor. Jones takes the handoff. McBenley slips, doesn't get a look. Jones puts it on the floor, and Olvino just jumped in and stabbed at it. 5 seconds. No spacing for GB on that. And Olvino's so quick. You gotta love the way she's playing defense. McBenley dives. Samuelsson ends up on the floor. McBenley trying to go to work. Goes back to the middle with the left hand. Tough one, doesn't get the hook to drop. Her and Nichols going out. In fact, Bentley just said, no way. Samuelsson needs a pass. Inside, one-on-one. Bentley faces up. That's a flop, is the shout from the guy in front of him.
Yeah, and we see Corley Samuelsson now speaking to the officials and say, hey, what's the difference between
and
mine and this?
Right there was, that's a flop. I know the guys around, it's a flop. Nichols, for me, is in stance, trying to play defense, but so was Samuelsson, so.
Yeah, I have to say Lara Nichols has been really playing good defense on semi-final line, but this one didn't really look it.
I think we got about 5 referees right around this, and end line possession for Great Britain. They trail 2. Samuelsson off the screen, handy underneath, great reverse layup, and it pops in and out, and Andor just cleans up. Olvino pushes at pace. On the trail, they give it to Gill, needs a touch, gets a touch.
And again, great recovery defensively from Great Britain, coming back and stop that transition.
Gill with a tough left hand that doesn't get the drop. And Jones under control. Handy, guarded by Gill. Puts it off to Simpson, feet set. Little feisty, should we say?
Yep.
But Handy makes the mental breakdown, because the offensive foul, Simpson's shot, would have not count anyway.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit given backload
because
from Handy. Yeah, people probably didn't see it, but that was the elbow from Laura Gill to Handy's
at the halfway line.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Palau back in the game. Olvino has been impressive. Moves it, Cruz attacks it, stops and pops, and hits nothing but Endor, who is having such a game. 21 points personal.
Yeah, straight away that sub on the Spanish side has made the offense more intensive, with Ana Cruz being such danger into that penetration, even though she has missed that shot. Astendu knew exactly where to be to grab it and tip it in.
In fact, Benley will bring it, so they don't have to worry about the pressure. GB pretty much have last night's starters in the game. Spain go with Ovina still in the game, guarding Handy. Puts it on the floor. In fact, Benley on the roll. Great hands, super hands by Indoor. They had the switch, they had the option they wanted, but Indoor was so quick with her hands. Leader needs...
No. Yeah, I think... I think that was too much effort of Leila Palau to try to grab that
The referees are trying to make the thing about distance between the player and the line. Well, if you tell the player that they have to stand back off the line, then make them do it, but it's not important. Van der Waal with a big three, hits nothing very softly, rebounds out. Cruz in transition. It always challenges you on that dribble. It's such a demanding job defensively. Indoor with the pick. Benley switches. Uvina going to work here. Stops, steps through. Little floater for two is no good. In fact, Benley gets another rebound. And Leedham brings 4-point game with 6:30 to go. Van der Waal, drive lane opens up, goes to the hoop for two, blows the layup. That's two layups now that Great Britain have blown. Uvina to the ring for her layup, and she does not blow it.
And again, we see in the second half that Spain definitely improved that transition offense.
Yeah,
and
totally.
You know, that's what the game is. They need to play quick, and then if you don't have nothing, then slow it down and organize. But that intention of really running the break is there quite obvious in the second half.
Van der Waal to the middle is blocked and unceremoniously blocked. Six-point game, GB hanging in against the number 2 ranked team in the world in Spain. And Spain trying to grind one out here because they're really having to work for this one. Palau has it. Uvina's been so impressive in this second half. Yin out top finds Cruz, who will attack off the screen. Palau gets the screen to the sideline. Gilles with the post up. Palau stops and pops. Love it. Love the execution.
Yeah, that's been a great read of her defender, knowing that the defender would drop down, so to just open up her shot. Look at that fake.
Just love the execution.
Amazing.
Under control, drops the long two.
And we don't see it too often from Leila Palau, to be honest. She's the player who plays for the others, but when she has that position and decides to do, she's most of the time very successful in it.
But it's the new Lau Palau because she was the second top scorer last night. And she goes on to 3 in this game. And GB take their first time out. With 5:38 to go. How do they cope with the physicality of the Spanish defense?
Yeah, I think it's just really a big difference. I wouldn't really say it's the physicality of the defense. I think that the intensity of the Spanish offense and movement on the floor has really massively improved, and that's what makes them now lead in this game, because the GB played really slow first half, and it suited them more. So right now, that GB needs to try to slow them down again and stop that transition offense to again make them play 5 against 5.
But the best way to stop the transition is to score.
Yeah, indeed, absolutely. And GB has been a little bit struggling offensively today, except for the inside space of Fabbenga. But we have to also take in consideration that Temi has scored 12 points in the first half, and since then she only scores 2. So
that's the issue of how do they cope with this great defensive effort that Spain has put on the floor.
Yeah, I think they really can't adjust at the moment, because I think I would love to see them play more without the ball and let the Spanish players a little bit move, and that's going to bring them into open positions more than try to beat them one-on-one.
Benley relieves the pressure. Van der Vaart has it knocked away or has the foul called. That's the third team foul on Spain in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, and that should be a fourth personal for us to endure.
And she's going to sit because Lara Nichols is going to check in. So the leading scorer in the game with 21 will sit to be replaced by Lara Nichols, who's the only other Spanish player with double figures in 11. Van der Vaart. And Cruz defensively is tremendous. Leadham gets to the foul line, goes into Benley, gets a bump, and it goes over the ring. Cruz will drop it off to Palau. Gets in the lane, hang time for the pass. And Monkinana gets the call for the foul.
Yeah, that was an assist throwing into the air, trusting that Lara Nichols is going to jump for it. We see 3 players of GB on the back of the Lara Nichols.
Dangerous time here for Great Britain with the 9-point lead. They really need to stop. Cruz stops, pops, and drops the 2.
And we see how much it meant this basket for Anna Cruz, because she has been struggling shooting-wise in this game.
Benley going against Nichols. Little step back for the 2 is good.
Yeah.
And Timife Benley goes to 16 personal.
Great step back, create a separation from your defender, gives you an open shot.
Anna Cruz will find Ulvina, who gives Gil a touch in the post, guarded by Leedham. The mismatch is there, but Gil's not going to take it. Ulvina is off with a 2. Van der Vaart with a defensive rebound, puts it on the floor and attacks Lara Gil. In fact, Benley on the trail. Stops, fires the 3, it's way short. Kenyatta, great effort to come up with that. Pops it out. Leedham knocks the 3 down. Oh, it's one of those cometh the hour, cometh the person moments as Leedham cuts it to a 6-point lead, but how much work did Monkinana do to get the rebound? Mondello tries to tell the referee that he missed a push-off.
Yeah, but
Shedder was trying to tell him he missed a foul, so both coaches are trying to tell him. But what Mondello has to do now is be aware that Great Britain have closed it to a 6-point game. Indoor has 21 points personal for this Spanish team, but sits with 4 fouls when he brings her back. Again, it's one of those moments. What are you saving her for?
yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure we will see her back very soon, because even when she was leaving the court, you could see that Coach Mondello has shown her that she's going to go soon back. This is that big 3 of Leedham, and it's a great shot, because considering how much she's been struggling shooting-wise in today's game, that's good that she still keeps shooting, because she has the ability to hit the 3.
So Leedham gets her first 3 of the game to close it to 6. Well, Kenyatta just outworked everybody on the glass. Tremendous effort by her. But again, Spain, for the first time in a long time, didn't box out. As Marta Zargai's back, Mondello knows this is on the line. She replaces Ulvina, has been absolutely the story of the second half for me. Her defense has been so efficient and effective. Lots of other reaches and everything else, but not from Ulvina. Her stance, so quick. Tremendous contribution by her. 4 minutes, 6 points, Spain. Opened it to a double-digit lead, and Great Britain have clawed it back to 6. Cruz with a switch from Monkinana, has to release a long way, puts it on the floor, goes strong, right hand off the glass. Tried to get it off the glass, couldn't get it. And what are they doing? 24 seconds in the half court for Spain. Palau. McBenley goes after her. Samuelson picks it up. She has no one ahead of her, so GB have to slow and look for the efficient shot. Leedham, turning the corner. Inside, needs a pass, finds a pass. 6 on the possession. And Laura Nichols fouls, and that'll be the 4th team foul. It's a little touchy, should we say.
Yeah, and especially when it's 4 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, it's a touchy foul where it's 1 or 24. It's all the other stuff going on. Laura Nichols should be very unhappy that they call that, but the referee does. That puts Spain into the penalty. So 3 minutes to go. Fagbenle in the post. Goes strong. Lays it in for 2. 4-point game with 3 to go. Indoor has to come back. Here she comes. Zagai. Cruz gets it to Zagai, who attacks the middle.
Great
Leadham with help from Fagbenle. Leadham leads the break. Samuelson takes the defense away. Leadham for 2. And we're at 2 points with 2:40 to go.
But you really have to give the credit to GB is their team defense at the moment, because they know Spanish team struggles from the long distance, shooting only 23%, so they're packing down and helping.
Nichols, Palau, extra pass, Zagai, her spot in the corner is short. Fagbenle will haul it in. And Great Britain have a chance to tie or lead on this possession. Leadham. Quality player against quality player. Turns the corner, gets inside, off the glass for 2 points. Tied game at 57. Lucas Mondello says, hey, I got to talk this over. Takes the timeout. 1:58 to go. Spain will have the option to advance it or take it in the backcourt. But what we have is 2 minutes to decide who may win the group.
Yeah, absolutely. And it comes to the point what you said early in this game. Jo Leadham, she has been struggling most of the game, but when the team needs her, she steps up, and she scored most of her points right now.
Well, that shows you how Spain is struggling, Teresa, because they're 2 leading scorers, Nichols and Indoor on the inside. No one from the perimeter can get it going.
Yeah, absolutely, I can agree. This is the 18 points of Tamifa Blanda lead, and 9 points, Samuelson 9 points, Hendy 6 points. I think, again, it's a great team performance from GB. But more, I think they're really now focusing well on the defensive possessions, because Spain doesn't shoot well. And we mentioned they can't keep shooting that bad in the first half as they did, but in the second half, but they do, because they only hit 3 threes, 21%, which is not too typical. But I think I'm not really sure, like, if they're gambling a little bit and giving everyone early in the game space on the court did affect that Spanish team, but it might won't really be worse for them. So why you don't go and set the tone of the game early, and then you might try to go, and who knows, but definitely great performance from GB so far. 1:54
to go, 57 apiece. Santa Cruz has it and wants to attack it as normal. Ulvina's back in, great move by Mondello, I think. Cruz for 3, is way short. Nichols outworks everybody. They're going to have to look at that in the last 2 minutes to see if it actually hit Fagbenle's feet. I'm not sure it did, but we're going to take a look. Well, I hope we get to see it as well. I think we do.
My opinion was that, yeah, that was a touch, but...
well, here's the ball going out of bounds. There's one thing about never letting it go.
That's a quite not good angle to see if that knee was there or not.
This will be a better angle. No, it's not, because Laura Nichols is in the way.
Let's try the third angle.
The referee's in the way. There doesn't appear to be a deflection. That doesn't mean to say it didn't scrape the leg. It's only going to be a minimal touch. But what it shows you is how much effort and credit do you give Laura Nichols, though. Yeah. She is just relentless in her effort. Tremendous. How to make the most of your physical attributes to help the team. She just works hard as anybody. I don't see a touch, but then again, I don't think the film is conclusive. If it's not conclusive, surely you should stay with the referee's decision. Big call. It's a huge call. And they have to stay with the original decision. if there's no conclusive proof. So, and Nichols gets rewarded for the hard work.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what's happening, Mark, what you're saying. They have to stick to the original decision because even the camera wasn't quite straightforward to show if there's been touch or not.
But Laura Nichols may have given Spain a massive step and a massive opportunity to get the win here just on that one effort play. An extra possession with 14 seconds. Give her credit. Tremendous effort by Laura Nichols. Sylvia Dominguez in the game. We'll find Anna Cruz, who's touching the basketball a lot in these last few minutes. Sylvia Dominguez puts it on the floor, in the corner, for three. Urbina knocks it down for Spain. At the bottom of the shot clock, a 60-57 advantage for Spain. Lead him. GB needs to answer. Lead him off the screen, has the matchup with Nichols, puts it on the floor, floats the pass, inside, outside, Jones gets it, steps back for the two, it's off. Nichols with the rebound, and Nichols is the story with Ovina in the last 2 minutes. 1 minute, one possession. It's a one possession game still. GB down in stance, trying to get the stop. Fagbenle gets it over to Dominguez. 5 on the possession. Dominguez has got to put it up. Has to find one. Great job by Dominguez. That's how you find one with 43.9 seconds to go. Bottom of the shot clock for three for Ovina. Dominguez in the lane gets the two.
And all came from the effort of Laura Nichols.
Everything came from the effort of Laura Nichols. Everything came from the effort of Laura Nichols.
Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed Tammy Fagbenle didn't take that shot when she got the ball under the hoop and rather to kick it out to Georgia Jones. I'm not saying she's a bad shooter, but Tammy has been quite wide open right under the hoop, and she's been having a great game, 18 points so far. So take that responsibility and go and knock that shot.
So Lucas Mondello looking at getting out of jail here with a 5-point advantage with 44 seconds to go. Ndua's got the 4 fouls, but he brought it back just in time. And GB will take it in the front court, I'm sure.
This is a big player of Sylvia Dominguez. 2 points. She has really used the other hand to create a space for the shot.
Legally as well, because she didn't clear out of it. She just protected. Well, the thing is, she had nowhere to go, and the temptation for players then is to just put one up and hope, and we've seen that a few times from both teams, but she stayed with the play to get a shot she wanted, shot she's practiced.
And as well, experiences she has really in terms of the shot clock, because she knew exactly how much time is left, and she played it till the end.
Well, Ovina the same. Scores were tied at 57 apiece. Ovina with no time on the 14 on the reset from 14 after the Nichols effort. Comes with a huge three. Pina's in the game to give a little more size to contest from the perimeter. Handy relieves the pressure, guarded by Nichols. They need a quick one. It doesn't have to be a three. Here's Fagbenle, steps to the middle, left hand. Got the shot she wanted, couldn't complete. Laura Gill in the back court. It has to be an unsportsmanlike foul. Unfortunately, we've had holds earlier in the game that weren't called one.
Yeah, but that's...
Both teams, though.
That's one thing you don't want, because GB hasn't been in the foul troubles yet, so they could have just committed normal foul to slow the Spanish offense, but like this, it's going to be a possession as well after for Spanish team.
Well, rebound stats, 10 and 7 offensively, 27 and 21 means you got a rebound advantage for Spain of 11 and 9, and that's in a tight game. That's always going to be a decisive number. Those offensive rebound numbers for Spain are impressive. Coach Bouchetta needs to pull it out of the bag here. 2-possession game. Van der Voort checks into the game, as does Monkinana. So 32.2 seconds to go. Ulvina's still in, as is Anna Cruz, and Anna Cruz's effort defensively as much as anything else is also, well, those two, Ulvina and Anna Cruz, phenomenal defensive effort throughout this second half. And Lara Gill makes the first, still a 2-possession game. If she misses the second, this will make it a 3-possession game. No doubt in Lara Gill's mind that she was going to knock that down. Anna Cruz will inbound with 32.2 to go. Dominguez. Anna Cruz. And 6 seconds ticked off the clock before the foul. And it just happens to be Anna Cruz, who's as good a free throw shooter as there is, but you have no option in those situations.
Yeah, no, you gotta get the ball on your side again and have that possession to try to decrease the margin in the score. I would have thought that they would have tried to steal that first pass, but after that, the foul had to come right away.
Well, Cruz is short with the first. It'll be a 3-possession game regardless. And Coach Bouchetta for Great Britain will take the timeout. 26.7 to go. It's out to 8 points, an 8-0 run from the free throw line. And it just goes to tell you how huge Lara Nichols' effort was. The scores were tied when she kept it alive. Yes,
absolutely. That one effort defensively, or trying to save that ball, really brought that jump of margin for Spanish team with the quick 3 of Ivina, and then that penetration of Silvia Dominguez. It's one possession can decide the game, and this is a great example. We still have 26 seconds to go, and I'm pretty sure GB is going to go for a quick action to try to score. And then again, we will see them to foul very quickly.
But they have to deal with the way that Spain will switch. So normally the screener will be the person who could get open. Whatever happens in the game, the 2-point game between these two countries last week in preparation, and this shows that the margins are getting smaller between Spain and the rest of Europe. And Great Britain, as long as they don't have the hiccup tomorrow, they finish second in this group, will have a great chance to make it to Belgrade and be in the top 8 in Europe, which will be their highest position ever. And they take it on the baseline. They're just going to look for the shot here in terms of overall margins, although point difference won't be a factor between the two. In fact, Benlate to the ring for 2. And that makes it a 6-point game. Great Britain up the floor. And almost a steal for Samuelson. Lara Gill will get it.
And which gives the Spanish team...
who has just put an exclamation mark under a 23-point performance that has basically carried her team to a victory that leaves them top of the group. Spain, after a fright, get the 67-59 win over Great Britain. And that was a for real game.